Welcome. Welcome to this week's live ASX strategy session. Thank you for joining me as always. Great to have you with me. Lots of interesting about today with the ASX 200 move over. Have a look at the want to have a look at the all ordinaries today. The also the small ordinaries. Of course, I've got all the commodities there, and I've got a couple of interesting speculative stocks for you this week to discuss. Last week we looked at some big caps. This week I've got a couple of small caps, so some really interesting things coming up. As always, a general commentary doesn't take your personal situation into account. Let's now get some charts happening. Start talking about these markets. So here we go. We've got the ASX 200 up on the screen, and it's been a constructive week. I'd say what we've had since we last spoke, it's been fairly constructive. Really been moving sideways, a sideways consolidation. This is the sort of price action I was looking for a few weeks ago. After this initial strong rally, I thought we might have got the sideways consolidation, but of course that's not what we got. We got another sharp move upwards. Now we're getting that side come in, and the possibility that I've been discussing over the last couple of weeks is whether this is a zigzag correction. So just drawing that on the chart. So this is where from last October we had the strong rally up into the January high. Has this been your classic zigzag correction, which is now starting to potentially turn to the upside? We don't know that, but that's just one of the possibilities on the that are currently in play. I think prices are currently testing. They're currently testing some pretty important resistance. So first of all, we've got the moving averages. We've got the 50-day and the 100-day moving averages on the screen. So the prices come back into this moving average region. And we've also got this structural resistance, which comes here. You can see this line around 7,000 and around 7,100. That was the base of that previous trading range that the market spent several months in. And now it was support, and now it's providing resistance as the market comes back and reach a couple of important levels well, really one important level around that 7,100, but a couple of important resistors to the market being the moving averages and that overhead structural level around 7,100 to keep an eye on with how the market behaves around here. One possibility that could play out would be looking at like what the US market's up. I'm going to talk about that in the other video. But of course, there's room for some sort of a pause after such a big advance. I think something like 11% in 3 or 4 weeks. Maybe there's some more consolidation coming. Like one possibility is that the ASX 200 just moves within a broader range and from there potentially then starts to have another move to the upside. If we did get a bit of a sideways range, this opens the possibility for one of those head and shoulders type reversal patterns that we sometimes talk about, whereas we've got the that potential shoulder region over in early October. Towards the end of October, we get the head. Maybe we get another the right shoulder form, and then potentially a breakout. That's one way this could go. So looking for maybe some more consolidation beneath this resistance in the near term. I think that's one of the possibilities to consider. I think that overall, the ASX 200, it's still pretty messy. Like we look at this structure for the whole year, it is messy. It really is sort of like trying to wade through mud, trying to get anywhere. I can sort of see a pathway for how a rally could happen from a shorter term basis. Like I'm always looking at these longer moving averages, 50 and 100 day, but I can also just switch this around. Another one which is worth looking at is 10 and 20 day to get a shorter term gauge on the market. That just let these averages adjust, and you can see that the moving averages crossed a couple of 2-3 weeks ago and staying to move higher. So it's showing that short-term momentum is to the upside. The market has pulled back to those shorter moving averages and is consolidating. That we do have that underlying upward momentum coming in. It's just, where it's going to go. How far can it go? I've been buying into strength during the week. I've added some stocks to the portfolio, stocks which are above their moving averages, which have upward momentum. Uh, that said, I've still got plenty of cash on the sidelines. It's really, for me, it's a conservative portfolio adjustment, and from there, I'm able to step back should this resistance hold and the market start to turn lower, if to lose their footing. So I'm moving back towards that more invested stage. But as I was telling you last week, it's a sliding scale. I can slide it back should this wading through mud just not really go anywhere. Now, if you're getting some value from this, please hit that like button, leave a short can, hit the subscribe button. All those things are really good. Please do that. Now, I'm going to go through. I want to show you something which concerns me a bit when I look at the All Ordinaries on a weekly chart. And of course, I've got the that Small Ordinaries chart to go through with speculative stocks in gold and uranium, which I think you're going to find interesting. But of course, that wraps up the free section. So I'm going to move on forward now with my strategy session members. If you're not a strategy session member, I've got a link below. You can click that, you can sign up, you can get the full video and all the stuff which we're going to go through. Doesn't cost you much. It's just like buying me a coffee and coming along for the rest of the session. So if you're leaving us now, thanks for joining me. And but now moving along with the session for the rest of for the strategy session members. And so let's jump over to the All Ordinary